Jim, our next question sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Tim Litvin in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania.
Oh, now, are you just blathering here, or are those real words?
Those are his words. Perryopolis, Pennsylvania.
Please tell us in your own words. All right, I'll just make them up as I go.
Dear Mr. Cornette, I live 10 minutes from the Rostraver Ice Gardens.
Rostraver, Pennsylvania.
In the infamous... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes. That was the place that not only did they have it, remember when they did the Brian Hildebrand Curtis Comes Home show, where it's outside of Pittsburgh. They did that show where everybody donated their time and appearance and everything. But that was also the location of my last Ring of Honor television taping, when fucking idiot Greg the office boy had pissed off the Dan Bynum, the producer, so bad, would not want to fucking talk to him like an adult about the budget, so they had no pipe and drape, and there was an endless supply of fucking Coke machines and odd lit things that we had to shoot, and the concrete bleachers, and it was 40 degrees inside because they had an ice floor they didn't want to melt. And we had 300 people there because it was too soon to come back after we'd had Bruno as a guest. But Greg, the office boy, wanted to save 10 grand. And then Carino ends up laying there, fucking can't breathe, and the ambulance is coming, and the whole office is left. And I'm screaming at everybody that I'm going to murder that fucking piece of shit, Greg Gilliland, and anybody that gets in my way. And then I went to the Eaton Park and had 3 dinners simultaneously. Went to Baltimore, did the post-production on those TVs, came home, and never darkened their doorstep again. That's where Rostraver, Pennsylvania is.
All right, well, here's Tim's email. I live 10 minutes from the Rostraver Ice Gardens in infamous Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Where you finally had enough with Ring of Honor. I was wondering if that was the coldest building you were ever in while in the wrestling business, and if not, I would love to hear which one was.
No, that was. I mean, I've been at a few outdoor shows that approached that temperature, but no, it was a cold and drizzly and rainy day in the mid-40s it was, I think, November the 2nd in Pennsylvania. And they had the doors open to this place all day because they were hauling the ring and all the equipment in and everything. And so I got there at, as was my custom, 11 in the morning, and I'm wearing my coat, and you know I'm a free perspirer, and I was still wearing my outdoor coat that I'd never taken off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I see the back door closed, right? They've got the ring in, and they've got the lighting grid, whatever, and I go up front, and I asked old gutless Gary Jester, I said, Gary, when are they going to turn the heat on? And he looked at us and said, they can't. So what do you mean they can't? Well, it's an ice rink. And this wasn't an ice rink where a sports team plays. This was an ice rink where take your kids to fucking ice skate for their birthday party ice rink. I said, what do you mean they can't? Well, they'll melt the ice. I said, we've been on ice floors before, and that's the Knoxville Civic Coliseum ice floor that has the professional hockey team playing there, but no. They can't turn the heat on. It'll melt the floor. So basically the ring was sitting on particle board that was covering up an ice floor. So not only was the building had no heat in it, and it was 40-something degrees outside, it was the same temperature inside. But if we did anything to try to warm up the ringside area, then the ice melting would soak the particle board and all the people would be sitting ankle deep in fucking water. So the main event was Davey Richards, and I think it might have been Michael Elgin. I can't remember, but by the time they finished working, indoors now, under the TV lights, they both had steam coming off of them like the bald-headed football players do in Green Bay when they take their helmet off in the wintertime. I've never seen anything. The fans couldn't take their mittens off. So instead of clapping, it was like boom, boom, boom. And they were just doing that to keep warm. It was fucking abysmal. And I believe I'd mentioned to you, Brian, that I'd told them 2 months beforehand, we ain't going to draw and the building's going to look like shit on TV. And that's when Gary Juster, trying to fucking suck up to Greg, had said, oh, but we've got 2 months to make it look good. And we know if we don't, you'll never let us forget it. So the last words that I spoke to Gary Juster was, I told you what it was going to be. And you told me that you had 2 months. And if you didn't do it right, I'd never let you forget it. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I'm never going to let you forget it. And Gary, if you're listening to this now, since we haven't spoken in 10 fucking years, because you're a gutless piece of shit, I'm never going to let you forget it. It looked like shit. For all the reasons I indicated. I'm sure he's not listening. He's probably at Starbucks, but maybe somebody can let him know what I said.